Good morning. Well, I'll give you an overview of the entire operation. Up in Branch 1 and 2, we're in a mop-up and patrol state. The Jameson continues to be a source of work out there with a lot of heavy material in that. On over into Branch 4, we're working on the Red Mountain fire. That's getting cleaned up, and but there'll still be a lot of mop-up and work in there. Out on this coastal region in Branch 6, the Lost Pipe, Hardy, and Middle, we're continuing to mop those fires up, and they're starting to look real good. On down into the Branch 3 area, we're doing horse, ore, and low gap fires. Those still have mop up. There is stuff along the lines, and we still need to get those cleaned up. Down in the Branch 5 country, down here, Sugarloaf, they completed the firing operation in there last night. So we've got that fired in. We just need to continue to aggressively mop that up, as well as the cliff and the mallow. We're currently monitoring the mill incident that's on the Mendocino National Forest, and are looking at doing some contingency work with them out in that area. And then we're monitoring the yellow incident up here in the upper end of Branch 1 and 2 as it approaches the SRA line. Thank you.
Looking at the big picture, there is a trough of low pressure off our coast today. It's basically just almost right over the west coast right now, and what that's done this morning is gave us a very good marine push overnight and into the morning hours here, with low clouds and stratus and fog working its way all the way into the Boonville area. Basically, all of the western fires here are being affected by that very cool and moist air. We're even seeing it here locally in this valley here. We're seeing the clouds come across the out of Cloverdale here, and a little bit working its way across from Willits into here. And so basically for today, all these western fires should be under very cool, moist air mass through at least noon today, and then it'll start to modify a little bit and work its way back out toward the coast. But looking for high RHs over those fires today, slightly high RHs and a little bit cooler temperatures. For our eastern and interior areas, not really going to be affected by that air very much, and so we're looking for much warmer and drier conditions out here. Temperatures up around 95 or so, and RH is down about 15 to 20% expected here this afternoon. Winds we're not expecting too much wind again today, mainly upslope, up canyon, and the winds aloft are out of the west, and they're fairly light as well. So not anticipating too much disruption due to wind this afternoon. And looking at the big picture for the next few days, not a lot of change as we continue to have the trough kind of hang over us and then move off to the east toward the end of the week. And as we get into next weekend, it looks like more high pressure and a warming and drying trend.
Well, for the majority of the fire, the weather is not going to change. And yesterday, when I was out on the Sugarloaf observing the firing out operation, primarily it was burning in the 100 and or 10 and 100-hour fuels. The grass really wasn't burning. The humidities out there were about 40-45%. The temperatures were around 82 degrees, and basically slope-driven winds about 6 miles an hour up slope. They were getting some short-range spotting, about 500 feet. Wasn't very significant, one spot. The rest of it was pretty much a textbook firing operation. In terms of, I expect out there on Sugarloaf, that's going to cool off today. The probability ignition along the coast is only 40%. I really don't expect very much fire activity up here in the Hardy, Lost Pipe, and I expect Sugarloaf to cool down. Things are looking really good. The issues out there for the folks working out there are primarily stump holes, really lots of slash, really difficult footing, that kind of stuff. For the interior, it's going to be a little warmer and drier. The probability ignition is going to be right around 70%. So once again, can't emphasize enough, the large fuels are really dry. The energy release components are record levels. And so if we did get a fire up there, I expect it to be topography fuel driven and go to the top of the ridge, and it'll burn with a vengeance going uphill. But be a backing fire once it gets down below. So we've done a really nice job on this side here in terms of buttoning up those fires. But once again, you want to never turn your back to them. You want to be observant of what's going on, because there's always that potential